What's up, everybody? We're gonna do another live stream tonight. We're gonna see if we can change some minds. So tonight we got a couple different things we're gonna talk about. First and foremost, we're gonna be talking about the LA as having the U.S.'s biggest guaranteed income pilot. We're gonna do a little update on the Forward Party tour. Actually, we'll start with the Forward Party tour update first. Then we'll do the signed book promo, and then we'll talk about LA. And then if we have time, we'll talk about hand delivering for your mayor, delivering a petition on November 4th. That's in 2 days. But first, I want to kind of share some that's happening here locally because it is Native American Heritage Month. And I think it's a good idea to support our indigenous people here that have had their culture and their languages and their property, their land stolen from them. And, genocide and all is being celebrated on Thanksgiving this month. So I actually went to the local school board and made a statement about the high school I went to is called the Hartford Indians. And the local Potawatomi tribe, the Pokagons, have sent a formal request to the high school and say, we'd like you to change this and not use the likeness of Native Americans in any kind of mascot or any kind of imagery. It's disrespectful and it's a caricature. So there's a lot of people on Facebook losing their shit once again. And they're like, we're going to show up in numbers. But they also didn't understand how elections at boards work. So I actually uploaded the whole video. It's like a little over an hour, maybe an hour and a half to the YouTube channel, to my YouTube channel, the Mindful Skeptics. But then I made a couple clips. So I made this one clip I want to share with you guys of my quick little statement. It's not very long. It's 3 minutes. And I'm going to kind of show you guys what we're up against. Like, this is just my way of, because I didn't want to make it personal. It's not about me. It's not about my emotions or my feelings. It's about facts and data. That's kind of our thing, right? Have you guys had any kind of situation like that up in Traverse City area, Mia?
I am getting a little distracted for a second. I have to apologize.
No, okay.
Tristan's having a nice little seat right across from me. Okay, what were you asking?
Do you guys have any kind of like tribal mascot kind of things in your guys' area in Traverse City?
I don't know. We got the Spartans, so maybe the Greeks might get pissed at us.
Yeah. But yeah, I want to kind of show you guys this video. I made a clip of my testimony about this and just kind of see what you guys think about this.
Hey guys, I'm also here in 19. I graduated from 1993. I poured my heart and soul to this damn school. I poured everything I had to this community. I represented it well. I think we all did. And I just want to go a little history lesson real quick. In 1969, the Philadelphia Warriors had a mascot that was a character of Native Americans in a derogatory way. And they moved to San Francisco and they changed it. Okay, to the bridge. 1972, North Dakota State changed it from the Savages to Bluebirds, very derogatory. In 1973, Eastern Washington University changed it from Savages to Eagles. 1974, Dartmouth Indians changed to the Big Green. In 1991, Eastern Michigan University changed from Hurons to Hawks. 1994, St. John's University changed from Red Mint to Red Storm. 1997, Miami University changed from Redskins to Red Hawks. 1999, Oklahoma City University changed from the Chiefs to the Stars. 2000, Nebraska Wesleyan University and Prairie Wolves changed to the Plainsmen. 2000, Seattle University changed from the Maroons to the Chiefs to the Red Hawks. 2006, Washington State Indians changed to the Mustangs. 2007, Illinois University changed from their logo from Chiefs and Illinois, or I can't say, I'm sorry, to the Fighting Lion. 2008, Arkansas State changed from Indians to Red Wolves. 2018, Cleveland Indians Chief Wahoo, which was a character again, and they're going to be changed to the Guardians in 2021, I believe, or 2022, or next year. And then in 2020, the Washington Redskins changed to the Washington Football Team. Change is inevitable because history teaches us. If you know anything about history, change is inevitable and it's a good thing. We need to have more empathy for other people. Put yourself in their shoes. Would you like Hartford? We call the Hartford honkies. There's some crazy derogatory term, right? So really think about that. And I really stand with the board. I really hope you guys do change this. It's time to progress this community forward. Mascots were originally used as a mocking way. It's for humor. It's for distraction during long breaks in baseball games and stuff like that, right? It's for humor. These are characters. These are not respectful symbols when it comes down to the origins of it. This is a racist history of mascots. I didn't start my timer. But my big thing, I just want to say we definitely want to do this because this, I don't want this community to remember this like the Alabama football team that allowed the last black player to come to their team to be a quarterback, right? I don't even remember this, what's it called, the Cleveland High School in Mississippi in 2016 was the last school to end segregation with an all-black school and all-white school. 4 or 5 years ago, it's pathetic. We should not be carrying on a tradition of a type of supremacy, which is, to me, this is a white supremacist type of thing, historically. Thank you, guys.
Let me kill that. So yeah, like that was my little 3-minute spiel to these people. And of course, there's other people that come after me that were in the opposition. I was the second speaker. So the first person is like, we shouldn't change. Change is bad. Then there's me saying, hey, this is historically awful. And the next person was a Native American from the tribe there, and she got up and spit some fucking fire and says, we are not your mascot. I am a Pokagon woman, and I am not your mascot. And you will respect us. This is our land. You guys stole it. You're living on land that's covered in our blood. And my ancestors sent me here to tell you stop. You know, and she was fiery. It was very loud. She was looking people in the eye in the crowd. I was like, ooh, you're not supposed to address the people, but I'll give her a pass, right? So it was one of those deals where I'm going to be doing more stuff on this, some follow-ups on these name changes of schools. We have another one here locally about 15 minutes away called Paw Paw, Michigan. It's another native mascot. It's called the Redskins. You might have heard of them, like in Washington. So they're changing these names because they are disrespectful to me. So just want to share that with you guys because I'm going to be doing more stuff like this on my own channel when I got time. And if you guys have any, if you know of any in the Michigan area, let me know. I'll try to make them if I can, you know.
Cleveland's a little close to home for me, actually. Grew up there before I was in Michigan. So
Cleveland, Mississippi.
technically, no, Cleveland, Ohio, where they've got Indians.
Oh yeah, well, the Oahu, the Chief Wahoo.
I've been following that one.
Yep.
The Guardians one now too is also stolen from a roller derby in the area, and they were aware of it, so that might end up going through. There's court issue with that already too.
Well, the thing is people didn't realize that these, like I said, historically, these caricatures were made to entertain and goof and make fun of, make light of other things. And what are mascots? They're typically animals, not human. So the fact that you had a caricature of a people as that is subhuman or second rate. Also, look at the Cowboys, right? The true definition of the Cowboys is actually black cowhands, because white cowhands were called cowhands, and the black people were called cowboys. They didn't see them as men. So even the term cowboys is inaccurate because they use a white person as a cowboy logo, not a black person, you know? So it's all this bullshit that, you know, yeah, exactly. Thank you, Lonesome Lenny. Exactly. The tomahawk chop at Atlanta game. And this whole, the war cry bullshit, chop, chop, 2 feathers in your head, the exaggerated eyes, the exaggerated nose, the exaggerated smile. Sometimes white gloved.
As a kid, I loved that stuff.
Oh, I know. We didn't know.
So awful about it. Like I look back and I like literally feel shame for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I was Pocahontas once for a book fair.
Right.
It's like,
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking 20 years ago for Halloween. I was going to an adult Halloween party. I dressed up as a it was a not a it was a Halloween party. What do you call it? It's like a where you dress up for like a dinner party and you act out um like a murder mystery kind of thing party. And I was the local native, and make the fucking stupid shit I made to be that character. And I look back and thinking, well, that was fucked up.
Yeah.
Um,
I thought it was beautiful and elegant, and I idolized it, but I didn't realize how much of it was not what was actually like
it's not accurate.
how commercialized the parts that I was seeing were,
Mhm.
and how whitewashed, and
Mhm.
you're just not old enough to see how deep it is at that stage. I hope that
Yeah.
we give passes to young people because I need a few of them.
Well, I'm thinking about doing a series if I can. Now that I don't have to work every single day at the damn casino, it's just Wednesdays and Saturdays now. For now, at least, I'm gonna try and do a couple of things a week now if I can on my channel where I might dive into because there's Native American Heritage Month. I might try and do a little couple deep dives into history. I'm actually reached out to one of the Pokagon tribal elders about giving me a little bit of education. Maybe he'll come on and talk about the history of the Pokagon band, stuff like that. Educate people a little bit. Yeah, but so I'm just gonna move on. But just be looking for that kind of stuff, guys. We should be doing these types of things year round. But I think we should really focus on it during Native American History Month. It's called Nativember instead of November. I've seen that hashtag go around.
I like it.
But yeah, so let's go back to the Google Doc we got here. So let's start with, I'm gonna go ahead and let you take the lead on this one. The Forward Party's update on the new tour.
Okay, well, the next tour date, and the only one that we know so far for the next who knows how long, is the New York City Winery at 7:30 p.m. and it ends at 8:30 p.m. and that's it. That's it for the forward tour. Um, the volunteer site is kicking off, and that's at volunteer.forwardparty.com. And you should sign up there because we're going to be having, well, not we're, I'm not officially part of like anything. I don't want to like misrepresent anything, but like Blair, you all know and love Blair. She'll be kicking off a AMA, and you need to sign up. There's a 1K limited registration, so you wanna get in on that.
Yep, that 1,000 is going to fill up pretty quick. So,
Yes.
guys, right there's the link. I'm actually going to put this in the comments as well, just so everybody can see that. You can copy and paste there if you need to. So, yeah, definitely. I've already signed up my volunteer form for sure. I did that shit last night. This is the first day it went live. It was actually late last night, but I still got it done. Oops, sorry. Go ahead.
I think I might have accidentally signed up twice.
It's possible. But yeah, the New York City winery. So I went to the Chicago City winery. It was really, really nice. That's when I went to in Chicago. So I'm sure Nell's going to be there. I'm sure Ching Jewel's going to be there, and all the usual suspects in New York City, of course. If anyone else is going to go there, let me know. We can live stream on the Trickle Up if you want. That's something I'd like to do more of with people remotely, and we'll definitely keep you guys updated every week as we can about any kind of new changes to the tour date as well.
It'd be really great if we could get like Nell or Ching to like record as many of the Yang as we can get together in New York together and just like have a little sit down.
Yeah,
that would be
real
awesome.
nice. Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's actually feasible, but.
Mm-hmm. Well, so also, guys, since not everybody can go to these things and get their books signed by Andrew Yang, we got a special announcement by Mia here. Muted.
Oops. First and foremost, Boyce was kind enough to go to Chicago and take some of his precious time to get me a copy of Forward. Oh my goodness, look at this. Look how shiny it is. Yes. I haven't even been willing to open it. I wanted it to look pristine. Look at that. Oh. Except for one thing. I did need to open it for one particular reason because a couple pages in here. Okay, let's see. How far? Oh, did I skip it? There we go. Look at that.
Sorry.
Can you get? Ooh, try to get
And
the
the
lighting right for
lighter.
that. There we
There
go.
it is.
There we go.
Yep.
Oh, look at that.
Thank you,
So
Mia.
shiny. So shiny. Thank you. Thank you, boys.
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you, Andrew Yang. Thank you, Andrew Yang, but mostly thank you, boys, because you did the work. You waited. You
And
led by the
Julian.
way.
And Julian, his right hand man,
Yes.
I didn't cut in line, but he grabbed it and jumped in line. Like he didn't jump, he just got in front of Andrew. Said, hey, Andrew, after this one, come here. You know, like he just pulled him and he's like, hey, boys, he's got to go. He's got to go to work. He wants to get this sign for Mia. And Andrew's like, no problem. He just da da da. He goes, Mia. He goes, Mia, Mia. I'm like, yeah, Mia. He goes, okay. MEA. He knew how to spell it.
Mamma Mia. That's me.
Yeah. But he's like, when we sign the other one, I'm like, nope, I'll get you to sign mine next time. I'm coming back, sucker. But yeah, so we're hopefully be able to do that. So if you can't do that, there's a special program coming up.
Yes. Are you bound to your home by duty and can't send boys to do your dirty work for you? Now you too can get a signed copy of Forward, Notes on the Future of Our Democracy, while helping fund a new way to party. Want a signed copy of Andrew's latest book but can't make it to a release event? Looking for a holiday present for a friend or family member? For a limited time, when you donate $100 or more to the Forward Party, we'll send you a copy of Forward, Notes on the Future of Our Democracy, personally autographed by Andrew Yang. Andrew will even personalize it for you. We'll follow up to ask what you want it to say. That's what's literally on the site. That's what you get. $100 or more if you're feeling generous, if you're awesome and you want to change this country at an exceptional rate and you happen to have that kind of money to burn, lucky you.
Yeah.
Please do that. But 100 if you just want the basics.
Right.
That's understandable. And if you can't, maybe we can find a way to crowdfund for you if you really need it. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, to me it's $35 for the book, I believe. It's 25 or 35, I can't remember. I bought mine, pre-ordered it. Then I got that one when I bought the ticket. I got that book including as part of the ticket price. But yeah, if you don't want to feel like taking time off of work, which costs you money, and driving, which costs you money, you can donate to the Forward Party and get the book signed by Andrew, personalized to you with a statement you request. I believe they'll ask you for a request of your information, what you want on there. Whappity whap, sign that sucker, and then they'll mail it to you. So that's a pretty cool thing because I know they know that's a high demand thing.
Yes, and I do ask that you look at it as a donation first, because while it is awesome to get Andrew's signature, and while it is awesome for that, we are really just trying to fund something that will change things in a way that, man, it's an excuse to give him money for the party. That's really what it is. So
yeah, you get the book as a thank you for the donation, really.
Yeah, it's a donation first, not a pay gate to getting the book.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna start making a monthly contribution too for myself to the Forward Party. Now I got a second job and I got some extra cash sitting around, some tip money. But yes, let's go ahead and move on to the LA basic income pilot. So where to go? So Los Angeles is launching the biggest guaranteed income pilot in the United States. This is from an article on the Business Insider. The program is called Basic Income Guarantee LA Economic Assistance Program. It's called, or in other words, Big Leap.
I love
Huge
that
acronym. Yeah, it's a big old acronym, Big Leap. So it's going to have $40 million in funding, $1,000 a month to 3,000 families. I wonder how long it's going to go for. We'll see here. To be eligible, you must live in the city of Los Angeles, be at least 18 years old, have an income at or below the federal poverty level, which is $12,900 a year, have at least one dependent minor or be pregnant, experience either financial or medical hardships related to COVID-19 pandemic. Applications opened on Friday and close on November 7th. Recipients of the funding will be chosen at random from the eligible candidates by the Center for Guaranteed Income Research. So if you guys know anybody that meets this criteria, let them know they got this week, Friday, to get this thing and get $1,000 a month. It doesn't say for how long though. It says the city says that the program will consist of unconditional, regular, and direct cash payments with no restriction on how the money can be spent. The pilot will supplement and not replace an existing welfare benefits. South LA Councilman Price is a quoted here. It says, "It's my hope that following the conclusion of this pilot program, that'll be replaced at the state and federal level." So big shout out to Councilman Price.
Yeah, he has high hopes for that pilot there, and I concur. I want his dream to become reality as well. I'm pro his dream.
Well, I hope it's for a year at least. 3,000 times 1,000 is what's that? 3 million a month right there. So it makes sense. 12 months, 36 million plus probably taxes. They got to include like money for taxes. So yeah, it looks like it's for a year according to the math. But yeah, so LA's leading us. I mean, I'm with it. Of course, we're all with it, of course, here. But this just goes to show you they're going from their city budget, not from donations, their budget. Because LA has the fifth biggest economy in the world. Los Angeles.
That is important to note. A lot of these UBI pilots that have been going on through coronavirus relief. This is being really funded and planned for out of the actual budget. So this is a more true to form, like to what an actual UBI would function like funding wise.
Yep. The only difference here is this was not funded by a VAT. It's funded by typical taxpayers' money. It's just budgeted into the budget. $44 million in a year. That is a significant amount of money. So I know that the Humanity Forward gave away, I think it's $7 or $8 million during the pandemic in relief.
Let's call it a butt ton.
Yep, butt ton sounds 7 or 8ish to me. But yeah, it just goes to show you guys there's still progress on this. It's still what do I call it? Getting better as far as support at the city, county, state, and now federal level. And we're going to have good programs got to trickle up from the city level, apparently. But California can afford it. It's a very, very prosperous state. I'd like to see the most richest states doing this, take care of their people. They're the most people that are suffering, the most homeless people. Yeah.
Absolutely, especially if you have a budget surplus.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're damn right. But yeah, guys, so that's cool. We'll keep you guys updated on that. And if you guys know anyone in LA that meets those criteria, 18 years or older, has a dependent or is pregnant, and has been hit medically or economically by the pandemic. Those are the four big ones. Just make sure 18, live in LA City, incomes below the federal poverty level. Yep. Yeah, so I mean, let's think about this. This is going to be the people that are really hurting the most. Under the poverty level and a dependent. It will not disqualify you from welfare. It'll be more than what you get in welfare anyway. It's a bump up. And it's unconditional. You don't have to prove that you're poor every 90 damn days like my mom had to when I was a kid. Like most people have to in this country. Every 9 days you got to say, "I'm still poor, please, I'll prove it to you."
Yep.
It's fucking ridiculous.
On top of which, when you go and you start to get work, how you have to turn in forms to your employer that say, "Hey, I'm not making enough to feed myself." That's pretty embarrassing on its own too. That's like, there's so many things.
Yes,
wrong with the system.
It's very impersonal.
It's horrifying.
Yeah.
Really, how vulnerable they expect you to make yourself like.
Yeah.
It's not like a physical vulnerability, obviously, and it doesn't compare to other horrors, but everything about our society is. I'm sorry, I'm having a night where I'm feeling like a little bit dystopian.
Well, they want you to grovel. They want you to jump through all these hoops. At the same time, they're giving away tax breaks to corporations with zero strings attached. So just remember, every time someone's got to go in there and get on their goddamn hands and knees or play the system and only take a job that pays them cash under the table, which puts them at risk of things with the IRS and the corporations are getting taxpayers' money, social welfare with no strings attached, and they typically just buy back stocks and give it out to their stockholders. So that's a one-way ticket to increasing the wealth divide. And I did hear also earlier today that the income gap right now is equal to what it was in 1598 during the French, right before the French Revolution. Is it 1598? I think so.
I've been surprised for a very long time that there has not already been a revolt. Like, I'm not saying that I endorse one or anything like that. Just I am shocked with the way conditions are amongst the different groups and different minorities that there has not been a literal revolt.
Very good point, Vaughn. The gauge shows society how its communities take care of its young, old, disabled, and less fortunate. Absolutely. To me, you can only be measured by the people that are struggling. What's the worst case scenario in your country? Our country, homeless and destitute. Other countries, same thing. But some countries, not so much. There's a reason called statistics. Some countries have less homelessness. Some countries have less people living under the world poverty stage, whatever that might be, right? But our social systems are failing. They're underfunded, and we're subsidizing corporate failures and privatizing corporate gains. So that's been said 1,000 times, I'm sure.
All while pulling the rug out from under people for the labor market. And
Yeah.
And
I don't know if you guys know this, but there's a guy on, I think, YouTube or Twitter or something. I think it's Twitter. He actually has a job, but he saw these people bitching about people on social media specifically saying, I'm trying to hire people and no one wants to work. Bunch of lazy bastards, this and that. So he's like, okay, he took it upon himself to apply for 2 jobs every day for 100 days. And I think they said he got like 9 callbacks, 3 interviews, and 1 offered job. And the job offered was general basic labor for $8.65 an hour. For labor, like labor at a construction company.
That is messed up.
Mm-hmm.
That's beyond messed up.
So his point is to expose the ones that are on social media, the loudest ones. He applied to those jobs where they complain the most on social media. These good for nothings. We shouldn't have gave them unemployment for so long, and it hurt the workforce. These fucking
all the things that statistically, if you actually look it up, did not actually happen. Like the workforce in the places that they cut off the money faster, no significant statistical difference in job boosts. In fact, I think a couple of them are even behind now.
Well, yeah, because people have realized over this last 18 or the previous 2 years now almost, is that their time is worth more than fucking $7.50 an hour or some shit, whatever that number is now. $7.25, I believe the minimum wage is for the country. So it always goes back to economics. If you're pro-capitalist and you like this idea that this is how it works, well, okay. During the pandemic, prices went down because demand went down. Prices are going up because demand has went up after a pandemic. It's not inflation. It's economic corrections. It's supply and demand. Absolutely. Now let's apply that to the job force. There's less demand. People got laid off. Now there's a significant increase in demand. Wages are now going to have to go up to meet that demand. Our time is more valuable now than it was 2 years ago. You could offer people fucking shit pay. They'd have to take it because there's so much competition. Now everybody's like, fuck you. It's almost like a slow strike on wages. To say, yeah, we're not going to apply for your shit jobs. If you do offer to, we're not going to take it.
A rolling strike.
Yeah. But that's the whole thing. If a company can't afford to pay a living wage, they shouldn't be open. Or they can try, but they won't get employees because we, the people, can decide, we're not going to take these fucking shit jobs.
And gosh, who would be really helped by a UBI who would have trouble competing with business wages? Small businesses and individuals.
Yep, entrepreneurs.
So,
Yep.
And you could take that money from the big businesses who are using those advantages and let's not call it entitlement. Let's call it a handicap,
Mm-hmm.
like you have in freaking golf or whatnot.
Well, think about
It's
this
just
here. Lonesome Lenny,
thing now.
Lonesome Lenny makes a good point. Many businesses got COVID loans and are using those loans free. Now advertising for workers as a ploy, offering lower wages. Like, oh, we can't afford to pay you more. We got loans. Most of those loans are going to be forgiven.
I
It's
also
all
read
bullshit.
some of them are using it as an excuse to run skeleton crews and claim that they're not getting employees when it really is just they
They're
can
kind of
tell their customers, well, things are slow because we don't have as many employees because of the pandemic, when it's just we don't want to hire more people because we're making more money this way.
yeah, think about it. We'll say, well, we don't have enough, so they drive up the price. They create their own demand by making less product and blaming it on the fucking workers. It's not a lack of workers, it's a lack of pay. So hopefully they'll get the ideas through their thick skulls because the Biden administration is not doing it. They have dropped everything that's fucking important to the people in this so-called reconciliation package. They dropped $15 minimum wage right out the gate. That was easy. They dropped child tax credit in perpetuity. Done. It's over. 1 year. That's it. They dropped first 2 years of college funding. Gone. And they dropped one other one. It's the daycare, I think it was, the pre-K.
Yeah, pre-K.
Universal pre-K. Gone. That's what he ran on. If you guys go back to the debates, that's what he ran on.
And Manchin is even trying to throw a wrench in that now last minute.
Of course.
Again.
He's a piece of shit.
Because he's a man-child who no matter how many... I'm sorry, I should not. I apologize.
I'll say it. I don't care.
Go
Fuck
ahead.
Manchin. He's a piece of shit. He is a oligarch and he's a thief and a West Virginia pimp. He's pimped that state out for 40 damn years as state senator, governor, and now back in the federal U.S. senator. Also, speaking of Manchin's dumbass, he makes more money from his coal company investments than he does from his job. So who is he loyal to? The energy sector. So also was cut out of this was the green energy protections to a carbon tax was cut out. And the only part of the climate policy that kept in there was funding for green energy jobs, but not for tax changes against the coal industry and the oil industry. So this package is so flaccid and impotent. It really does represent our Congress. Represents our leadership. They're all impotent and flaccid as leaders, as far as I'm concerned. They shall be wearing turtlenecks. Yeah, there you go. $700,000 yacht. He didn't get that by making $174,000 a year. I know it's a lot of fucking money, but it ain't that much money. I think I saw this thing that says he made like $1.5 million last year off of his coal investment. One of his investments.
A $700,000 yacht. I think of 7 families that could be completely taken care of.
And $100,000 house.
Depending on how you distribute it, you could get like 10 families for 10 years to live a much more comfortable life easily.
Or just pay off student loan debts.
Yeah.
The nail will go buy a house.
Things you could do that would be way more valuable than a fucking yacht.
Mm-hmm.
What's even the point of having a yacht?
Another good point from Vaughn. If we had a VAT, that $700,000 yacht would be $770,000. It'd be $70,000 in tax revenue goes to fund a universal basic income.
Absolutely. And you can
exactly
you can pick it up higher because it's a yacht and it's a luxury item. Yang was saying you could like go sky's the limit on things like that where it's completely unnecessary. You could jack it up to 1,000% if you really felt like it was necessary for things that are like, you really shouldn't be buying this, but since you're going to anyways.
Yeah.
since it's clearly not about the price tag to you, it's more about the object.
Well, and the thing is, the European standard right now, the average VAT is 20%. And we're only introducing the idea of 10. And people are like, oh, you're not going to move your company overseas because you get a bigger tax, dumbass. But anyway, yeah, I can bitch for a while. We all know what that is. It's just typical bullshit propaganda. Let me see. You still good with time, Mia?
I think we can get something else in.
So lastly, we'll talk about the hand delivery for your mayor. I didn't get a chance to look at this one, so I'll go ahead and let you take this.
Okay, well, I just wanted to let everybody know that Income Movement is having a call to action for the Mayors for AGI, a guaranteed income. And during the annual Basic Income March, organizers collected thank you cards for the mayors who are part of the MGI and petition signatures for mayors who are not. They need to be hand delivered, so you can sign up, and someone from Income Movement will make sure you have everything you need for the delivery. And that's happening Thursday, November 4th. And initially, we were going to do this on Sunday, so you would have had a few days more than that. And then we were going to maybe do it yesterday, so you would have had a few days more then. But now there's just a couple days, and now that means that it's even more important that if you do have time to do this, and you can, please get in touch and let them know, because they can definitely use the help to make this the most impactful it can be.
I would love to drive to Gary, Indiana, and deliver those thank you cards to the mayor of Gary, Indiana. That city's been hit hard, guys. It has been hit hard. And he's being a leader in the hardest places. He's being a leader. So I would love to personally drive out there, but unfortunately I got a job and 4 kids. So I can't do it. But hopefully, if you guys know anyone that lives in the areas that have these mayors, please hit them up, tag them on Twitter, put that link out on Twitter. And Hardy Hat, what's up, brother? So I know you don't live close to Gary, Indiana, but we're looking for people to go here from the Income Movement is doing a hand delivery of thank you cards to all the governors for guaranteed income. So guys, I love this idea. I know it's kind of last second, but shit, we've done way worse. And we've met every fucking goal. And we can meet this. Yeah, Gary is definitely empty because it's been abandoned, kind of like Detroit. It used to be a major steel city. It's right on Lake Michigan, so it did a lot of like shipping yards, and I think it was like a lot of foundries and stuff for making steel. So this is on Thursday, Hardy Hat. This Thursday, again, go to this link. Just copy and paste that link in the comment section, and you can go to it and you can fill out a form to say, I'd be willing to do that if you live close to a mayor.
It may be a little bit last minute, but you can still sign a thank you card if you're in the area to be hand delivered before this date. Or there's virtual cards that can be signed as well, and you can check and see if there's a petition for your mayor. And sign that if that's something going around your area. So there's more ways to help than just hand delivering, but that's like the super action.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It doesn't say what time on there. You just got to go to the link and it'll tell you when and where on the link. You have to work at 3:30. Yeah, should be able to be done after working hours.
Yeah, someone from Income Movement will contact you directly if you are able to do this, and you go to that link.
Well, Hardy Hat, there's people from Chicago that are like 30 minutes from Gary. So I think someone from Chicago could probably make that quick drive over to Indiana. Not from your side of the state, but we got enough of them around this country. I think there's over 100. There's over 100 mayors for guaranteed income. That's pretty awesome. So yeah, guys, if you want to, go sign an e-card, or you can go sign it online. Go to the link and check it out. If you can drive those cards and drop them off personally, that'd be huge. If you do, let me know. I want to see. We want to share. So if anyone does this, let us know. Record that shit if everybody's okay with it in the party, like in the mayor and what. I'm sure this is great press for the mayor of every city. So that'd be something cool to do. You guys could send. I actually put that on Twitter. I'm gonna put that on Twitter tonight. Hey man, if anybody does this, let me know and send me the damn file. I might put them all together and have a fucking kick-ass video. That'd be sweet.
I could ask somebody from Income Movement if they can give you anything they happen to get to, if you want to get.
Or they might have someone who's going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
You never know. Like the video editors there too.
We
You
can
know.
have our own Trickle Up reel if they give us permission.
Yeah, that's true.
It doesn't need to be their cut. We can have a Trickle Up cut.
That's right.
It'll be like the Snyder cut, only less exciting.
Yes. That's a good one. That's good. But yeah, guys. So we were typically going to do this on Mondays, but last night I had to go to that school board meeting to say my piece. You know, so we'll try and come back next Monday. You know, 8 or 9, somewhere there, 7, 8, 9, somewhere there. We're gonna try and be somewhat consistent if we can. We gotta be flexible too, unfortunately. But I'll try and do a better job. Like tonight, I didn't make a link ahead of time, so you guys wouldn't get a heads up. But I'll try to make it the day before, and a little more. Me and Mia can communicate, and hopefully get some other people to join us. Let's talk more about this stuff and a little more of a panel formation. I think would be good.
Absolutely. Remember, hit him up anytime. He's got a whole thing that he flashes on the screen.
Yipper, that's right.
That did not come out right. I'm gonna step back. There we go.
Hit me up, bitches. There's my phone number once again, of course. But yeah, I really do appreciate all you guys. Who is this? New Tone Producer. What's up, brother? But yeah, guys. So once again, happy Native American Heritage Month. I will be going to the next school board meeting here about changing the name from Hartford Indians to Hartford. Who gives a shit? I suggested honkies. And that got a good laugh. But I said, hey guys, think about that. That's what this sounds like to some people. So we're going to try and be more supportive of your indigenous people's populations in your neighborhood. If you guys can help and volunteer for them, great. If you buy local art, whatever, man, just support the community, you know, and we'll try and do our best here to trickle up to cover any kind of information we can on that. Any words, parting words there, Mia?
Parting.
Part.
That's the word, right?
Yes.
I could say it twice because then it would be words. Okay, so parting.
There it is. Parting squared.
Parting squared. Oh, that was good. I enjoyed that. Okay. But yeah, no, I should probably get to Tristan sounding a little bit irritated.
Yeah. So guys, once again, go to the comments, copy and paste that thing, go to link. If not, follow me on Twitter. I'll make sure I get that on Twitter tonight too. I'll put the link in there as well, guys. All right, guys, we appreciate you. Mia, once again, thank you so much. And donate $100 to